The White House said today that President Obama, has not yet made a decision on how to respond to the use of chemical weapons in Syria. But Secretary of State John Kerry seemed to be sending a pretty clear signal that action could be on the horizon. Take a moment to listen to how he painted the picture of chemical weapons use in Syria.
The indiscriminate slaughter of civilians, the large-scale indiscriminate use of weapons, this indiscriminate use of chemical weapons.
Congressman, do you think it's now time for the U.S. to act?
Well, especially after what Secretary Kerry said, we have to act. I'm not certain where this is going to lead, but once that red line has been crossed, once chemical weapons have been used, I believe the president has to take action, not just because of Syria, but because of really the entire region. I mean, Iran is going to be looking at how we respond as they go forward with their nuclear weapon program. Allies in the region, adversaries in the region are going to look. So we have to take action. I believe that cruise missiles would be the best at this stage, both as far as destroying the chemical weapons locations, also as far as taking out command and control locations. But having said that, I am still not a big advocate for the rebels because I believe that in the last year or so they've become largely controlled or significantly controlled by al-Qaeda elements. If the president had taken action 2 years ago, we'd be a lot better off.
I just want to be clear, what sort of action would you support? You just said missiles. Would you limit it to that?
Right now, I would not put American lives at risk. If there's another way to do it, but right now the only one I can see is cruise missiles, other than sending in aircraft. And Syria does have a very sophisticated anti-aircraft system. So if we send in air power, and we have to assume and expect that Americans will be shot down, and that will involve us going in and taking further action. At this stage, I believe we should use maximum use of cruise missiles going at the locations where the chemical weapons are stored, and also at their command and control locations, and also if we any other key targets in Syria that that we can hit, we should do it.
I want to ask you about American credibility, because we all remember this moment, February 5th, 2003, when then Secretary of State Colin Powell made the case before the UN to go to war in Iraq. His proof was that vial, which he said could contain anthrax, which was evidence, which he said, of Iraq's alleged weapons programs. Now today the U.S. says that it has proof of chemical weapons in Syria. So I'm wondering, are you at all concerned that we might be wrong here as we were then?
You know, there's always a possibility, but you have to act on what is available. There's more of a concern here that we lose our credibility if we don't act, in view of how strongly President Obama has warned Syria in the past not to use chemical weapons.